I want to thank the Provost and Jill for giving us this opportunity, because for all of us in the room, I think teaching is just what we live for. So, okay. South Africa. As one student said, I was surprised to learn how much our lives affect theirs, how they see us as an example. It makes me more conscious of how I live my life. If study abroad is just a frill, then it doesn't matter so much. But once a university has decided that study abroad is necessary for students to become globally competent, then we're obligated at least to make the opportunity available to everybody. As a political scientist with expertise and field experience in a few areas, I came to CI in 2006 because of the opportunity and stated commitment to internationalism and experiential education. I sincerely believe that we cannot understand or think critically about our own culture, society, or politics without comparing it to others. I also feel strongly that we must expose our students to life beyond the West, to peoples and conditions in the developing world, because in fact that category encompasses most of the world. And we aren't out to be the great American saviors either, but instead to understand and learn about how others live and address their own problems. South Africa is an especially wonderful place to move the classroom because, as one scholar noted, what we're witnessing in South Africa now are the problems that the whole world is going to face increasingly in the 21st century. We are witnessing a rich white enclave having to deal with the fact that it's actually part of a wide world, and it has to share with that world or die. We are at the forefront of a profound global transition. In a semester-long course, students wrestle with the historical, social, and economic forces that created exactly that situation. We confront tough issues about colonialism, war, racial domination, social justice, democratic transition, human rights, and the AIDS crisis. One student said, "This trip gave me insight on how the apartheid system will always have lingering effects, the same with colonization. No matter what the ANC does to repair the damage, there will always be scars from the past." I never realized how divisive a society we live in until this trip. We divide and classify everything, it seems. On campus, we prepare to learn more about the political economy of tourism and the racial dimensions of profit from it, to describe and reflect on the many and contrasting worlds of this country, ranging from the poverty in townships to the vast wealth of other areas, from the urban settings to the beauty of the natural game parks. Through a range of texts, including academic books and articles, film, and autobiography, students read and write about the past, present, and future. And then our classroom gets up and moves across 10,000 miles to South Africa. I work with a colleague at the University of Western Cape, Tony Sylvester, who is an ANC courier in the anti-apartheid movement. His work in several township communities around Cape Town gives us access to ordinary people in those areas, and it gives us the homestays in which students spend a day and night with a local family. One student's reaction: "I found the homestays to be incredibly fulfilling. After the day we had with our homestay families, it completely changed my perceptions of what a trip should be. I feel a few things offer a more complete image of life, politics, and culture in another country than the personal appeals of people." We also arrange lectures with university professors, politicians, and NGO activists. We've met with a few NGOs working on the AIDS crisis, and one year we made a goodwill trip to an AIDS shelter. Every lecture tour museum is designed with the course outcomes in mind. This student was struck by the Hector Peterson Memorial and Museum in Soweto that commemorates the massacre of 1976. This museum floored me, took me to my knees, brought tears to my eyes, pain to my chest, and questions to my mind. Another said, "This course has deepened my understanding of all the issues covered in class. Experiencing these topics we studied firsthand gave us a realistic perspective and ingrained knowledge into our minds and our hearts. Because of this class, problems that exist in South Africa are my problems too. I want to help find solutions, to educate others. This class has not only deepened my understandings of the issues in class, but deepened my understanding of myself. It's left me confused, but this is good, thought-provoking confusion." I mentioned already the idea that South Africa can teach us about problems the world will increasingly face. I've been especially struck by my experience with this course that our students are walking away not only knowing a great deal more about the issues of economic inequality, racism, human rights, and the ways that other governments do and do not deal with their problems, but also understanding that these problems are the problems of all of us. Our students are global citizens, and they get that. And many of them have been ignited to learn more, to do more, to figure out how they contribute to these challenges and how they might act to address them. As much as I try to communicate those ideas in all of my classes, moving class from California to South Africa is the course where I know that transformation truly happens. And I just want to say one really quick thing. A Stephen King character, the most important things are the hardest to say because words diminish them. So 12 years and 5 minutes, really hard. But thanks for the opportunity.